What's going on, friends? So I did my got a couple topics to talk about today. I'm not sure if I will cover this in multiple different videos or this will be another really long video. Let's see. So the first thing is, my last video was talking about how to get started in strongman, and I mentioned I was going to make another video coming up, and that is talking about how many competitions I've done, what kind of competitions I've done, and what kind of awards I've won from those different competitions. So I thought I'd go over real quick and just tell you all the names of the competitions I've gone through, or I've done, since, you know what, let's go out to the garage. Alright, so now that I'm out in the garage, I can be a little bit more louder than I can down in the basement. So my goal with this is to talk about the different competitions that I've done and talk about the awards I've won in each one of those. So I got my phone here. All my competition videos are on my YouTube channel. That's how I started my YouTube channel, is posting my competitions. And then eventually my training, and then eventually found my family life, and now whatever I feel like putting up here. So my first ever competition was in July of 2012. That was the Davison Cardinal Strongman Challenge, which was the last year that competition is now called Michigan Strongest Man, and it moved locations from Davison, Michigan up to Frankenmuth, Michigan, which is a lot closer to home for me. So that competition was, like I said, was my first competition ever. I had no idea what I was going into. I was talking back and forth with the promoter, and I went there with a belt, and that's it. It wasn't even an expensive belt. It was a cheap belt that I bought at a local sporting goods store, I believe, and that's all I had. I didn't have tacky for stones. I didn't have deadlift straps for doing the car deadlift. Surprisingly though, I still got one rep. Didn't have wrist straps for doing overhead press. I was the only novice there completely. There was no other novice competitors whatsoever, and I've gone over that there's 30 or so competitors now. So my prize for that was this dagger. I still have it in the case. They gave it to me that day. You'll notice all these are very dusty. They've been out in my garage for a while, or in a cabinet. So I intended on doing something cool with this. I was gonna find like a big rock and drill out a hole and then kind of like stick the blade down into it or something like that, but never got around to it. Maybe eventually I'll buy like a small Atlas stone or make a small Atlas stone for it or something like that and stick it into that. But that's my first competition I ever done. I got that award. Next competition was still in 2012, I believe in like October or November time frame. Was Muscle on Main, and that was in Morton, Illinois in 2012. I got a little bit smarter for there. I ordered a different belt. I remember deadlift straps, wrist wraps. I believe I had a lot more equipment for this competition. Still wasn't really good at anything. I didn't really have a lot of stuff to train with still. I remember the hardest thing there was a 600-pound yoke for me. It was 2 big fridges on each side of this yoke, and I had a hard time with that. I was supposed to do farmers back after that, and I never made it to the farmers. I ran out of time. There's 3 competitors, and this competition awarded first, second, and third place. I was in the open division. I wasn't novice at this competition, which was strange. I don't remember why. I don't remember if the weights were just seemed really light for the open, that I went open, but this is probably my biggest trophy that I have, and it looks a lot like the World's Strongest Man trophies. Very cool trophy. I mean, I took third place out of 3, so this is a very cool trophy. This sits right on that table back there where my sound system's at. It's in the back corner of my garage. I don't know, even though I didn't do very good for being my second competition ever, I like it a lot. let's see, 2013 now. I think I did 3 competitions in 2013. No, more than that. So I'm trying to go through the playlist. Most of the time I try to put the year on there. Sometimes I forget. I don't remember this one. This one had to be in 2013 because it was before my daughter was born. It was Spring Thaw Classic competition. This was in Grand Rapids, Michigan in like March time frame. Went open division in this, and I don't think I think there was like 11 competitors, and I think I took 10th. Not a very good competition for me. Like I said, the video is on there if you want to watch it. I did this like a sandbag carry to load onto a sled, and you had to drag the sled back. But because the arena didn't want their floors to get messed up, they put like a stall mat underneath all the sleds, and it was really hard for a lot of the people to drag the sled back. It was a really heavy yoke, a really heavy axle deadlift for me at the time. I didn't get any reps. I got it off the floor a couple times, and then this Atlas stone, I didn't get any reps on that either. I can't remember what else there was. Yeah, that was pretty much about it. So, a good competition, close to home, but still didn't do very good. 2013, is that the year I did the most amount of competitions? And so, like, April time frame, we went out to Tucson, Arizona. My sister-in-law lived in Arizona at the time. Did this competition, and there was, I don't remember how many people, but I went open on this one again. Didn't do very good. The car deadlifts, I got like 11 reps and still didn't get close. People were getting like 40 reps on the car deadlift. Still really happy with the way I did. Let's see, Mid-America's Strongest Man was next, I believe. That was down in, I can't remember because we stayed in one town, and the competition was either Martinsville or Mooresville, Indiana. And that competition, I believe I went novice in that one because it was a pretty heavy event. I believe that one now is like a qualifier for Giants Pro, which is like if you go to Giants Pro, you get qualified to compete in the Arnold or possibly the World's Strongest Man, I believe. I don't remember exactly how that one goes, but that competition was heavy. I remember I had a hard time with the overhead presses. I don't believe there was a deadlift. There was a Husafel, which is a big stone you have to carry out in front of you. I will be doing that in the next competition. So that was for max distance. There was a farmer's carry to a sled pull, a keg toss, and Atlas stones at that one. I don't remember what place I took. You know, if you watch the video, it's probably in there. Like I said, everything's in a playlist on my channel. And the very next weekend, I did the first ever Michigan Strongest Man in 2013. No, yes. Second guessing myself here. I'm trying to find it on here. I don't know if I have it on my playlist. So that competition was the first time I ever competed against Christian. And I don't see it on my playlist here. Oh, right there. And that was the first one in Frankenmuth. So not a huge turnout. I believe there was like 5 of us all together with Christian and Glenn. There was one Masters competitor there. They threw him in the division with us. So there might have been only 4, but so that's where my next trophy comes in place. This awesome little beer mug. I don't think it's ever had beer in it. I could be wrong. I may have done one or 2 beers in here. I don't remember. But yeah, so it's engraved on there. Michigan's Strongest Man, Battle of Bavaria champion. 2013. That was in the novice division. Next competition, so 2013 I did 5 competitions. Next competition was back down in Morton, Illinois for the Muscle on Main, 2013. A lot of the same events at that one as the year previously. They took some of the events out that we were supposed to do because it was raining all morning and all the equipment was wet. We were supposed to do a tire flip and a car carry, get inside of a car, put the straps on and carry a car. We were supposed to do that, but they didn't do it because of the wet road conditions. So that year there was 4 competitors and I took 4th. I went open on that one as well, thought I could do better, but I got a participation medal for that basically. I'll talk about that at the end. So everybody got up, you know, if you took 4th, 5th, 6th, whatever, further down the road, everybody got a medal if you didn't get a trophy. So would have liked to get another one of these. It is what it is, but let's see, 2014 now, Prodigy Strongman, that was down in Ohio. Sorry, my Ohioans that are watching this. I can't remember the name of the exact town, but it's kind of by Dayton, I believe, maybe a little bit south of Dayton. Yes, I remember driving through Dayton. That was the competition I talked about in the last video where there was about 28 competitors in my weight class and I took 7th. I did really good in a lot of the events there. And, you know, I would have to go back and look at the chart, but, you know, a lot of them I probably could have done, you know, a couple better and would have took the top 3 pretty easily. I believe the top, so many were very close in points. That was in the novice division also. I got nothing to show for that. That's where I did pick up my big blue dumbbell, if you guys seen that in any of my videos. 2014, that was the year my daughter was born, so I didn't do a lot of competitions that year. No, I lie. I can't remember if this one came before or after. I know there's a 2014 Michigan Strongest Man on here somewhere. Okay, so I can't find that one. So 2014, I did Michigan Strongest Man. I went open for that one. That was a pretty heavy event. I think there were 7 of us and I took 6. 2014, I did Illinois Strongest Man. And that was, I can't remember the name of the town. It was probably a little bit north of Kankakee, I remember. Man, I can't remember the name of the town. It was at a county fairground. I've done a couple competitions at county fairgrounds. That one in Martinsville or Mooresville was in county fairground, but so this one was, see, there was a keg toss, a farmer's carry, a standard bar overhead press, a keg over bar. Was there a deadlift? I don't remember. So anyways, that one, there was 3 people in my division. I went open for that one also. And got this little plaque here. Took 2nd place in the 266 plus class. Illinois Strongest Man. Oh, that was in 2014, like I said. That was also a competition where All Pro Wrist Wraps, if you guys ever been to their website to order anything, they sponsored the event. And I've talked about this before, where like wherever you fell in the competition overall, you got to come up to a table and pick a piece of equipment off the table. That's where I got a pair of my knee sleeves. 2015, let's see what we did in 2015. Michigan Strongest Man in 2015. And I believe before that we did True Grit Strongman Challenge in Tennessee. So that was in April of 2015. This was down in, I can't remember the name of the town, Cleveland, Tennessee. It was kind of in between, if you know Tennessee, oh, I can't remember the towns anymore. I would say it was about 2 hours from Pigeon Forge and all that, because we went there the day after the competition. I was the only person in the super heavyweight class, the 308 plus. There was 3 people in the division below me. They had a lot of really cool trophies, and I got first place and ended up with this piece of paper. To be honest with you, this is the first time I've took it out of my wife's van since the competition. She's got like this little top cubby in her van. I was kind of pissed off at the competition and threw this in that top cubby, and that's the first time I've took it out since then. I knew it was there, but yeah, I was really happy with the way I did with the competition, but I wasn't happy to walk away with a piece of paper when there was trophies inside for my division. The trophies look better on the mantle than a piece of paper does, so I wasn't too excited about that. Even though I did go up against myself, I paid the same amount of money as the people that walked away with trophies to get into this competition. So I'm sure that paid for the trophies that were sitting there. So I wasn't exactly enthused about that. So it is what it is. And then Michigan Strongest Man 2015. I believe that was the year I took second, but that's when they started not giving any medals or anything out for, or trophies out for anybody other than, well, actually, I think the first place guy didn't even get a trophy. He got like a tub of protein powder or something like that. So 2016, let's see, we started off, make sure I didn't do any other competitions. Oh, I'm missing one of my awards. 2016 looks like I only did 2 competitions, I believe. I should have wrote all this down, but I couldn't find a piece of paper or a pen. Alright, so 2016 I did 2 competitions. One was the Natural and Fit Day, ABBRX. It's a Better Body as Prescribed. It's a local company here that does like, works with competitive bodybuilders and stuff like that. So they have like bodybuilding, powerlifting. They had strongman there this year. And that was the last time they did strongman. There was 4 competitors for the whole competition, 4 or 5? 5. So there was 2 like middleweights, a lightweight, and then 2 novice. I went novice because the open weights were a little ridiculously heavy, and that's where I won my battle axe. Real dusty and grimy for being out here in the garage. Like I said, I need to come up with a better place to put all this stuff. Some of these I'm not, there's 2 of us that went head to head in order to get this one. It was his first competition. Some of these I'm proud of earning, some of these I'm not so proud of earning. But just because I didn't really do anything to earn it, like the piece of paper. This trophy was 3rd place, out of 3 type of deal, you know. Let's see, so that's all for 2016. Now, Michigan Strongest Man 2016 was the same type of thing. I took 2nd place, but there was no trophy for anything other than 1st place. 2017 Michigan Strongest Man, took 3rd place at that one. Was pretty happy with some of my performances at that one. Was really disappointed in a couple others. And I had to get my other trophy. Alright, 2017 of Viking Halloween. This was down in Morgantown, West Virginia. Really good competition. It was right after Halloween, so everything about the competition was Halloween related. And I went dressed up as Rowdy Roddy Piper. Had a kilt, the t-shirt, everything. And really good competition. It started later in the day, so we got done really late at night. So by the time we got done, we just went back to the hotel and crashed. But there was 5 competitors there, and I took 3rd place. It was really a surprise. I thought I was 4th, but came out ahead of the guy that took 4th somehow. And I got this little medal here. It looks like a tombstone with Freddy Krueger on it. So that's one of the ones I'm actually happy to have. I wish it was cooler, you know, than that, but it's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with that. So 2018, last year, did Michigan Strongest Man 2018. I don't remember how many years we've done it there now. 6. And I don't remember what place I took 3rd. But again, it was one of them ones where I think they medaled the top guy. So, or gave a trophy to the top guy. So, was happy kind of with my performance there. Some things could have been better. The overhead press should have been really good for me. But on the axle, for some reason, I just couldn't press it and felt my shoulder pop. So, was kind of disappointed in that. And was happy that I could get the deadlift. A lot of people that day were struggling with the car deadlift. So, and the very last competition I did was Battle of Borders 2018. There's 4 of us there, 4 I believe, and I took 4th. There might have been 5, I don't remember. But that was open division. Was happy with a lot of stuff I did there. I set a couple PRs for myself there in squat and deadlift for sure. It was my first time doing power steers, so that was something interesting for sure. It set me back a lot in the day. Was not being able to do the power steers very well. Just didn't quite have the back extension I needed to complete that. And it kind of threw me off for the rest of the day, being able to compete with the rest of the guys there. But off of 3rd place, I was a point behind 3rd place there, so pretty happy with my performance there. So that's all the competitions that I've done throughout the years. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 awards from competitions, regardless of what it is. You know, between a piece of paper, a battle axe, a really nice trophy, a medal. I'm happy with what I've done in my time. In the 8 years I've been competing, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And now I'm going into 2019. I'm happy with what I've done. There are still goals that I have set for myself that I want to accomplish. I want to take 1st or 2nd in a competition, hopefully very soon, and qualify for nationals. That is my big goal. I don't care what I place at nationals. I just want to go. Even if I go to nationals and take last, it'll just be an honor to be able to go to nationals, no matter what sanction it's with. That's what I want to do. So upcoming this year, right now I only have 2 competitions planned. I am looking at another one possibly. One coming up in, let's see what today is, 2 months. One coming up in 2 months, and one in the fall. So the same Battle of the Borders that I did last year. I'm going to do that one again. I'm going to do this one in 2 months, Motor City Strongest Man. And I'm looking at one more competition possibly. Not sure exactly where yet. It'll be a family trip one, hopefully. I'm looking at possibly a state that I haven't done yet. Another goal I have set for myself long term is to compete in every single state. I've already done Michigan, obviously, Ohio, I can't say Ohio, I'm sorry. Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, Tennessee, West Virginia, Arizona, So it's 7. I only got, you know, 43 more to go. But I don't even know if all states have competitions. So, and compete internationally. I like to go to and find out how to do a competition in like Ontario. And it's not that far of a drive for me. I'm, excuse me, 2 hours from the closest border to get into Ontario. So I think that would be cool. So yeah. So yeah, I'm looking at possibly a competition, and I'm getting picky, but you know, Pennsylvania, Kentucky, New York State would be cool. So I know there's some there. I just gotta not be quite as picky. You know, I'm looking at somewhere in between those 2 competitions I'm gonna do. So March, April, May, June or July would be ideal. Do a family trip down somewhere and do a competition while we're on that trip would be ideal for me. So, all right, this is gonna be enough of this video. I gotta put everything away now and start my next video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this little talk. I'm gonna link my playlist to all my competitions in the top of this video if you're interested in watching any of those. I appreciate you guys watching this if you made it this far. I think it's pretty long. But yeah, I gotta get to work on the next video. Thanks for watching. As always, live big, eat big, and get big.